Welcome into A to Z Sports Prime Time here on this Sunday, May the 11th. Been a little while since we've got the opportunity to catch up, but we've had some time to get out there for Titans rookie minicamp to see Cam Ward and the rest of the draft class, the undrafted players that this team has added, and also the tryout players get out there on the field with the coaches and not do 7-on-7 or any hyper competitive sessions, but working through the technical process at the early part of the rookie minicamp portion. So we're now going to get into voluntaries, OTAs, things of the like, where the veterans start to show up on Monday, tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we are officially into football season, kids, and it's got to feel a lot better if you're a Titans fan to see all the hype, all the excitement, all the praise, all the glowing praise that's coming out about your new quarterback from at least the new rookie tryout and draft pick type players that have been working with him through the early portion of this offseason program at this point in time. So we're going to talk about the way that people have been glowing about Cam Ward, even though it's only 2 days of on-field work. It is worth noting the way that his teammates are talking about him, the dialogue that's going on around him, because, of course, there are so many different boxes that have to be checked for a franchise quarterback. All the different leadership qualities, all the different on-field type production situations that they have to satisfy, and all the different things that come with that job that you can't necessarily prepare for, that really you can't understand until you're in the middle of it and trying to earn it, trying to show people that you, in fact, are worthy of being the undisputed QB1. Because I know the Titans have talked a lot about Cam Ward and Will Levis and the competition that's going to take place between the two of them for that Titans starting quarterback job. But in particular, coming out of rookie minicamp, there's a lot of different things to discuss. And probably the biggest thing to discuss is the way that the rest of your draft class is talking about Cam Ward at this point in time. So we'll work our way through that together. Of course, the primetime program is always made possible by the wonderful people at VIP Play. VIPPlayApp.com is where you go. The official launch is tomorrow. If you get in on the action, you can bet $5 and get up to $100 in bonus bets, among many other great promotional offers at VIPPlayApp.com. By Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer, online at tworiversford.com. Quality American-made Ford vehicles and award-winning customer service is what they offer. Of course, TrueMav Fitness in the Gulch is where you go to get your first workout free, to get the best physical fitness program humanly possible. TrueMav Fitness is where you go. TrueMavFitness.com is how you get involved. You can sign up for one of their great membership options or group fitness classes, personal training, whatever your vibe is. TrueMav Fitness is there to help you. TrueMavFitness.com for more information. It was a big, exciting weekend. And you know, at some point, you've seen one Titans rookie minicamp, you've seen them all. But this is a little bit of a different vibe. I don't have to tell you that. It's a little bit of a different vibe when you, for the first time in your franchise's modern era, have a number 1 overall pick at the most important position in sports. Cam Ward coming in here is going to rejuvenate a lot of people right out of the gates, even prior to him performing on the field, producing in any way, shape, or form. And there will be ebbs and flows. There will be difficulties. There will be triumphs. There will be all manner of different experiences ahead for the rookie quarterback coming into this situation. But for fans, it seems that the vast majority of you are just happy to see a difference maker, or what you believe to be a difference maker at the quarterback position. And as we talk about rookie minicamp, getting the opportunity to see these guys in Titans uniforms on the field together, Tim Ray DK, the wide receiver out of Florida, catching passes from Cam Ward, Gunnar Helm out there blocking and running routes for Cam Ward. You've got Kevin Winston Jr., who's not yet participating as a full participant, coming off that ACL injury, but raring to go. You've got a lot of different interesting pieces and parts, even just in the rookie portion of the conversation, that will have a huge impact as to how far this team is actually capable of pushing things this year from a competitive balance standpoint. So as you look at all the different things that came out of rookie minicamp this weekend, what was your biggest takeaway from Titans Rookie Minicamp. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on Twitch. It's delightful to be back with you guys on the Primetime Show. I know I was out for a good bit this past weekend. Kev Lowe says, my boy back. That's right. We had a little bit of a respite. We had a little bit of a vacation coming out of the draft, but we're back. We're better than ever, and we're happy to be here with you guys and talking about these rookie draft picks. Curtis says Femi is going to be a dog. Peter adds that he loves the energy from Femi, in particular, the second-round pick out of UCLA, coming in here, a transitional type player, a former off-ball linebacker turned edge rusher, but somebody who's willing, somebody who has the right mindset, the right attitude, the right approach, and of course, a physical set of skills that are going to give him the opportunity to succeed at both positions. But when you talk about the things that the biggest takeaways that you had, or the biggest singular takeaway that you had from Titans Rookie Minicamp, to me, it was a lot of Cam Ward discussion, but it was also the connection between Xavier Restrepo, the undrafted rookie free agent out of Miami, and Cam Ward, the number 1 overall pick for the Tennessee Titans out of Miami. And I talked to a great many people about it leading up. I talked to a great many people on Saturday in particular about Xavier Restrepo's presence. And Brian Callahan spoke about this, the undrafted rookie free agent, being added to this roster, the only UDFA wide receiver to be added to this roster, coming in here with 2 additional rookie draft picks at the position and 3 veterans who are going to be competing for jobs. Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo, their connection just simply has juice. And while it may not be to the extent of Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Waddle in Miami after having been college roommates, or college teammates rather, together, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow playing together at a very high level at LSU, then going to the same franchise together in 2 separate seasons. Xavier Restrepo is not either of those players, but he is the all-time leading reception. He is the all-time leading receiver in terms of receptions at the University of Miami, where people like Reggie Wayne and Michael Irvin and Santana Moss and all these different high-level players have played and succeeded at an incredibly high level. Xavier Restrepo is one of the most, in specific categories, one of the most productive players in the history of that football program, and that is a storied football program. So talking to Brian Callahan in particular about Xavier Restrepo and his addition, also including, of course, the Cam Ward portion of that discussion, was a pretty interesting conversation that we were able to have with the head coach.
College player. I mean, you look at all the names of receivers that have played at the University of Miami, and he's at the top, which is impressive. He might not necessarily be the biggest or the fastest player that's probably ever come out of Miami, but he's been incredibly productive, and he's found ways to play football the right way. So he'll start out as a slot player for us, and he'll have every chance to compete just like everybody else will. But you look at his production and what he's done as a football player, and he puts himself in pretty good position to be competitive. And even though he didn't run the fastest time in the world, I'm excited to see what he can do.
So that was Brian Callahan speaking about Xavier Restrepo in particular this week, and talking about the expectations that they have of him, the disappointing 40-yard dash that he ran with a bad hammy at Miami's Pro Day that caused him ultimately. I mean, there was potential talk about Xavier Restrepo being a day 2 pick, whether he would have been a 2nd-round pick or a 3rd-round pick. It could be debated. Ultimately, he ended up being a UDFA, in large part due to the testing stuff, but he's also not a physically imposing player, right? This is something that you are going to have to find ways to win within the margins if you're Xavier Restrepo and going to win at the NFL level. But there is a huge benefit to him coming in here, to helping Cam Ward's learning curve, to helping find a way to make it onto an NFL roster. It's the best possible opportunity that Xavier Restrepo could have had. And their connection was, I mean, I hesitate to call it seamless, but it was, I mean, of the 3 rookie wide receivers that were at camp, Xavier being a UDFA, Alec Iamaner and Chimere Dike being the 2 draft picks, those being the additions at wide receiver through the UDFA and draft pick process, Restrepo was the best of the 3. and I would argue by a considerable margin, but that's because him and Cam Ward know each other. Maybe that doesn't end up being the case by the end of training camp or by week 6 of the regular season. But right now, arguably my biggest takeaway is that they went out and found a player who is going to, one, find ways to succeed in this certain type of circumstance, and two, bring in a player who is going to make their number one overall pick at quarterback infinitely more comfortable and confident because, like I said, it looked like they hadn't missed a beat from their days at Miami together or their year at Miami together to now becoming Tennessee Titans teammates, whereas the other guys were just having to figure it out as they went. And it was interesting. I asked Alec Ironmaner about Cam Ward in particular at yesterday's practice, after yesterday's practice, and this is what Alec had to say. Before we get to Alec, though, we will, of course, remind you that the Primetime program is made possible by the VIP Play app, which officially launches exclusive to the state of Tennessee tomorrow. The VIP Play app will offer you 200-plus leagues to wager on all of your favorite bet types. They also have the VIP Players Club sweepstakes, where every bet you make on VIP Play gets you entries into their monthly sweepstakes contest, where you'll earn 1 entry per bet, 1 entry per dollar bet, and 10 times your entries on parlays and same-game parlays. VIP Play app coming soon to Tennessee exclusively. To learn more and claim your early welcome bonus or VIP Players Club status, head to VIPPlayApp.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. It must be 21 plus and located in the state of Tennessee to bet in the VIPPlayApp.com circumstance. Jason Martinez says of Cam Ward, he might just fill that stadium, Buck. I mean, I don't know. We'll get to the Cam Ward Savannah Bananas thing because it was a cool thing for the Titans to be a part of that. But I mean, I don't know. You guys are probably going to get pissed at me for saying that I would be embarrassed on behalf of the Tennessee Titans for the fact that, like I said, we could talk about that here in just a second. We get to Sunday Funday. But I don't know what will become of Cam Ward. I know that there will be excitement initially, and he just needs to go out and produce. I don't know what Cam Ward's career here in Tennessee is going to be, but I know that it's going to be fascinating, and I'll probably be here to document it the entirety of the way through. So which rookie are you most excited for after minicamp? Talking about all the different things that you saw, that you heard, that you learned throughout the course of this. Cam Ward is going to be a popular pick. He is the most important of them by a mile, but it was interesting to hear a lot of the players talk about him this week, whether it was Gunnar Helm or Alec Ironmaner or Chimere DK or Kevin Winston Jr., who's not practicing full go at this point in time. But everything that I saw or everything that I heard and everything that I asked about Cam Ward and his relationship to his new rookie class was just a glowing endorsement after glowing endorsement.
Just new guys to surround yourself with, great culture guys like Cam and Xavier, and obviously Fem on defense.
What impressions of Cam after getting a run with him for a couple days?
Yeah, he's been great. He's just a great leader, super easy to talk to, super easy to connect with, super easy to communicate with on the field. We've been coming in and watching some film in the morning time with some of the other receivers and obviously Xavier, but the chemistry is just beginning to click for all of us, and it's super fun to be out there with them.
How's it been like to work with Cam over the course of the past couple of days?
It's been great, yeah. It's he gets the ball out really fast, which is great, and it's something that I have to get used to for sure. And so I'm excited to work with him in the future.
What's the biggest adjustment you have to make to that effect on your end?
Oh, you just have to be ready. You know that he's going to be on time every time, and so you have to have that in mind every time. Like if you're late, you're late, and because he's not going to be late.
Every time?
Yeah, he's going to be on time every time.
What was it like on the one rep? You ran and the ball was a little low. You dropped it, and he kind of like pointed out, "My bad," and made you do the rep again. What
Yeah.
kind of is that? What kind of leadership and all does that show from a guy like that?
Yeah. You just got to get it while it's hot, is what we say. If there's something that's wrong with the rep, you just run it back so you make sure you get it right and move on from it.
Is there anything unique to how you and Cam so far have come together, like from what you've seen before as far as working with a quarterback and learning the scheme and just getting to know him?
Yeah, I think we're just trying to work through it and just, put as much time as we can into it. And that's really all you can do. And so I've been happy to do that with him so far.
have been your initial impressions of Cam and how you enjoyed working with him the past couple of days?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's exactly what people think he is. I think that he's a really good leader. He has that presence on the field when he's out there. Then he's really talented. He throws the ball really well, just like you'd expect him to.
Banner early at Hurricane, you're a Gator. What was that like?
He gave me a little stuff, but not too much. We're Titans now, so that's all that matters.
You said Cam has that presence about him on the field. What about how he acts gives you that impression?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just he does things the right way, like he comes in the building early, works hard, and at the same time he has that confidence. You know what I mean? He knows the work he puts in, and what he's capable of doing. But at the same time, he knows he has to work hard and continue to improve. And I think that rubs off on everybody else.
That process of getting to know quarterback, you had to do that quickly last year with Mertz and Lagway, two quarterbacks. And what was the key to doing that, and what did you learn from there that you could roll forward to getting that relationship with Cameron?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of twofold, right? Like being detailed in the playbook, understanding kind of the entire scheme, and then also just be willing to put the time in. That communication between the quarterback and the receivers. I already talked to Cam. Like I was like, do whatever you need me to do. I'm gonna go out there and do my best to do that and execute that. And Cam's been great working with us receivers, and I'm excited to continue to work with him and then get with the veteran guys and learn from them as well.
On time, every time. That's Cam Ward's teammates talking a great deal about him. You'll hear from Cam Ward himself here in just a moment, right after I remind you that the Primetime program is made possible by the incredible folks at TrueMath Fitness in the Gulch. First workout free as a Middle Tennessee resident. No workout ever recycled or repeated. TrueMath Fitness goes above and beyond to make sure that you are satisfying your fitness goals, whether it's personal training, group fitness classes, or just a membership for you to work out as you please. TrueMathFitness.com. Your first workout is free, conveniently located in downtown Nashville in the Gulch. TrueMathFitness.com for more information. All right, so of all the different things that you saw from rookie minicamp, which rookie are you most excited for after rookie minicamp? I'll be honest with you. Alec Imanner and Chimere Dike did not have a better open day of practice in front of us than Xavier Restrepo did. But I continue to be excited about Alec Imanner and Cam Ward in particular because I think their skill sets really provide a really good marriage of what it is that the two of them do well. Now, Chimere Dike, I think, is somebody who has a lot of those intriguing qualities as well, but for some reason, Imanner is the one that more attracts my attention at this point in time.
Like, be where you're going to be at and get some work and get some good, honest work in.
How's it been like to work with Cam over the course of the past couple of days?
It's been great, yeah. It's he gets the ball out really fast, which is great, and it's something that I have to get used to for sure. And so I'm excited to work with him in the future.
What's kind of the biggest adjustment you have to make to that effect on your end?
Oh, you just have to be ready. You know that he's going to be on time every time, and so you have to have that in mind every time. Like if you're late, you're late, and because he's not going to be late.
Every time?
Yeah, he's going to be on time every time.
So that is Alec Imanner, the Stanford rookie wide receiver, talking about Cam Ward and the things that he brings to the table in particular and the way that he performs on the field. A lot of glowing reviews of Cam Ward at this point in time. And obviously he is somebody who's going to attract the most attention about these things. But of the rookies that I'm most excited for, if I went non-Cam Ward division, I am fascinated by Imanner in particular. Three rookie wide receivers, two draft picks, and one UDFA and Xavier Restrepo. And I think all three of them have a great opportunity to really change up the balance of power in that wide receiver room at this point in time. Brandon Casey says that sounds like a guy who's never played with a decent quarterback. Yes, did you watch the level of quarterback play that Stanford had last year? It was dreadful. So, of course, Imanner is having a better experience here with the number one overall pick in the NFL draft from this past season versus whomever Stanford was trotting out at quarterback at the end of this thing. Wrap things up with a little Sunday fun day. We'll keep it Nashville and Titan-centric here in just a minute, right after I ask you, what is the best thing that you saw this weekend on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on Twitch in the comment section? I'll buy Bert more time to get that Cam Ward Savannah Bananas video at his convenience. But in the meantime, we will ask you guys the question of what is the best thing that you saw this weekend? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and on Twitch. We'll talk about it together right after I remind you that the Primetime program is made possible by the incredible folks at Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. Online at tworiversford.com, quality American-made Ford vehicles, and employee pricing for everyone. That's what they offer right now. You pay what they pay on almost every new Ford on the lot. That's a Two Rivers Ford promise. And they go above and beyond to make sure that you are being provided with the best customer service on those quality American-made Ford vehicles. Two Rivers Ford in Mount Juliet, just 7 miles east of Nashville International Airport, or online at tworiversford.com today. So Sunday Fun Day, what's the best thing that you saw on the internet this weekend? Let's take a couple of your comments here. El Clasico, according to Carrie B, was fire. I did not have the opportunity to watch the soccer. I saw the dialogue on social media. Seems like people were pretty fired up about the game and then ultimately the result. Ron says, hearing 70,000 people cheer for Cam Ward gave me chills. Not going to lie. Yes, I'm looking forward to talking about the Savannah Bananas situation because here they are running out of the tunnel together, participating in pregame warm-ups at Nissan Stadium, but not for a Titans game, it's not even minor league baseball. It's like minor league sideshow, the Savannah Bananas, and they still sold out. Better crowds than the Tennessee Titans did this weekend. So that is Cam Ward being introduced at Nissan Stadium for the first time, but with the Savannah Bananas, who are they're the modern day Harlem Globetrotters, and they sold out Nissan Stadium, a 70,000 seat venue. Curtis says, ain't seen the stadium that full in a while. Here's the thing, and people got mad at me on Twitter, or at least some people, who I think are just being defensive, hit dog holler type of situation. But I pointed out that somebody better adjust Cam Ward's expectations for what it is to run out of the tunnel at Nissan Stadium, because that's not what Titans games feel like. I have covered 9 years of Tennessee Titans football. I have very rarely seen sellout home crowds. I've seen Bills fans come in here and pack it out for a Tuesday night COVID game with Josh Allen versus Derrick Henry and Jeff Simmons catching him before he was able to push his way across the goal line after the Titans had the first COVID outbreak of any of these NFL teams. I have seen playoff games covered at Nissan Stadium. I've covered playoff games at Nissan Stadium that have not had quite the crowd that the Savannah Bananas brought to the situation. Peter R. says the Cincy playoff game, Bengals, a lot of people bringing up the Bengals game as the last time that stadium's been that full. But even then, it wasn't just Titans fans in the way that you would want it to be just Titans fans. Bengals fans traveled for that because it's only a 3.5-hour drive from Cincinnati down to Nashville, and they obviously went on to the Super Bowl that year. They lost the Super Bowl, but they went on to play in the Super Bowl. I pointed out that somebody better readjust Cam Ward's expectations for what it's going to be like to run out of the tunnel at Nissan Stadium, because he's going to have to bring them back from the dead. The last Titans game I covered, week 18, a home game, the final week of the season, where they lost to the Houston Texans in pretty not dramatic fashion. It was just an ass kicking the whole way through. I bet there were 7,000 people in the stands, maybe 8, maybe 10, maybe 10 tops, surely. Not more than 10,000 people in the stands in January in the rain to watch the Houston Oilers throwbacks game against the Houston Texans, a game that they would go on to lose with Will Levis and Mason Rudolph splitting reps at quarterback. It was a total disaster throughout the course of that game, as was the entire season, a total disaster. But I am so fascinated by people's fascination with the Savannah Bananas. It was cool to see. It's a great thing for the Titans to grift on, but it's also pretty embarrassing that the local NFL franchise has to grift off the minor league baseball sidecar show that is the Savannah Bananas, even though they sold out a 70,000 person venue, damn near 70,000 person venue, and the Titans have not gotten anywhere close to that, even when they were great at this point in time. And they are far from great, or at least they have been far from great at this point in time. So that is going to do it for us tonight. It's been a fun show as always. We appreciate you guys hanging out here with us. Radio show back better than ever. I'm obviously home from vacation, so we'll get into it with Bert and with Lucas and with you from 10 to 1 on 104.5 The Zone. We'll have a great time doing it. We'll talk more about rookie camp observations because there's a great deal more things that I saw and learned and read and watched and talked to people about throughout the course of that Saturday practice. And we will do all of those things with you from 10 to 1 on 104.5 The Zone. And we will look forward to seeing all of you, or at least most of you, there in the meantime.
Go home! Go home! Go home! You're embarrassing Nashville! Go home!